Hello, Paula.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for joining me again today.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second session. And how are you today?
Oh, I'm just lovely. Thank
This
you.
little thing. Yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're doing a follow-up from last week, and we're going to do some different things this week, which I will explain to you in a little bit. So, I just wanted to ask you this week, have you thought about your thought of the week, the last one? So there were three. Can you tell me which one you sort of honed in on this week?
Yeah. Well, at the end, you took my three and you summed them up so precisely, which is people love me for who I am.
Okay,
And,
great.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. And then has it helped this week?
yeah, it was jolting at times. Just like made me feel really grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the normal situations where I kind of think, oh, I don't belong or something like that, I just go, oh, no, I'm, just be calm and I'm good. This is all in my head. It's people love me for who I am. I can be just me.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's really good. That's good. And did
gave
you
me
find
a lot of confidence.
Yeah, confidence. That's great.
Mhm.
And did you find it easy to practice this thought wherever you were, or how to fit into your life this week?
I tried to think about it a few times, but it came up in periods when I was contemplating the next day or some activity that I was going to be involved in, and my confidence about that activity. I'd go, you don't have to think all this stuff in your head. You're okay just like you are.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah,
I like to
that's
hear
a
it.
thought you'd like to keep all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Okay. So what we're going to do is, yes, that is a thought you want to keep all the time. And we're going to think, but we're going to do some exercises around this particular thought, just to sort of help you sort of really feel what the thought is in your bones, and sort of, we're just going to kind of, get this thought and sort of think about it some more and do some exercises around this actual thought.
So it really becomes a part of me instead of just something I have to
Exactly.
keep grasping for.
So it's just something inside you maybe that you don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just part of you. Like you don't have to think about it.
That'd be
just
great.
wake up and it's inside you already.
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do some visual imagery, some guided visual imagery. And the first thing we do when we do this is to get a visual of your thoughts. So I'm going to explain this a little, and we need some tools. So I'm going to give you this paper, and I'm going to give you these pens.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is, after I explain this, you're going to go and you're going to draw a picture that correlates with the thought, people love me for who I am. Nothing fancy. You could use any colors you want. And just it could be stick figures. This is not about the art. This is about something. If you need to, just know that visuals are very strong. That's why we're attracted to art. And so if you ever need to, if you're ever in doubt or this becomes a little more difficult in a situation, you could just pull on this visual and say, that's right. People love me for who I am. So I'm going to hold these, and just when you. There you go. There's your markers.
Okay.
And take a few minutes to do that.
Just a question: do you monitor off the camera while I'm drawing, so that, or not? Okay. Because I don't know if I can be very interesting on the camera while I'm drawing.
Hey, that's good. I can see it forming already. Okay. All right.
Okay.
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 Hey, wow. I love that. Okay, so cool. So you're complete with that? You're finished?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so we're just gonna talk about this for a minute. So, who's this?
That's me.
It's you. Okay, and then there's all these other sort of people and shapes and circles, and there's some hearts. And so what? So all these are.
All these people give me their love and attention, and I'm just content and happy. And, you know, the thought occurred to me of drawing the things that I'm insecure about, but, you know, like my age and my weight or something, you know, the things that we diss ourselves for. But I just thought, oh no, the idea is that people love me for who I am. So those things aren't seen. They're just, they love me for who I am, period. They don't judge like myself like I judge myself.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay.
I love your choices here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's really, really positive. Is there anything you would add? You could think about, you know what, you could add it later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are your thoughts on this? And something you could add to it or not? Or what are your thoughts about this right now?
I think it's good just staying general, because if I, like I say, if I showed wrinkles and like people
Yeah.
like me whether I'm old or young or sexy or hot or
Right.
you know, got a boyfriend or not or whatever those things are,
Right.
and it's sort of like, no, this is the complete me. With, you know, those other things are, they feel, you know, it's like when I'm trying to create a positive picture, I don't think about the things that I feel like I lack. I
Right.
just go, this is so I feel like I'm very whole here, and I just feel like, you know, the people around me are seeing me, and I mean, I don't know how to symbolize it. They're maybe I could draw smiles, more smiles,
Yeah.
that they send love in my direction. But yeah.
I love the fact that, are you, you like the fact that I noticed you didn't name them, and do you like that? Like, was that a purposeful thing, or?
Yeah, I didn't think that of them specifically yet, but I could, I suppose.
Whatever, this is for you to, it's a heart thing, it's for, this, you're happy, if there's a happy place in a drawing, this is yours, so
Okay.
you do whatever you want with it.
Well, I don't want to think of the people that don't show me their love all the time, because I think the goal is to, when I say people love me for who I am, you know, there's different pieces to that. One is I surround myself with people who love me for who I am.
Right.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and so
Perfect.
I'm not saying, oh, my sister's here, but she doesn't love me. No, I'm just, this is me, and I'm here.
Good. So, great.
Yeah.
Anything you
And
want to add?
everybody is here, and they're
Perfect.
positive. Yeah.
I actually like that. I just
That
want
is
to put
general.
it as a
Yeah.
question to you, but people come and go, you know, we have our family, but I like the fact that now and forever, for eternity, you know, it represents anyone who's in your life. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so keep this in your happy place. This is yours, you know. It's just nice to know that's there. It's just nice to have a visual image. And, yeah, I just think it's great just to have a visual image of your affirmation. Okay, great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some mindfulness.
Okay.
So, it could be a lot of things, mindfulness, but what we're going to do now is we're going to do breathing, and I'm going to give you some guidance while we're breathing. So basically, the breathing is just to get your state of mind, is to get a clear state of mind. And once you have so open your mind, because sometimes we have this thing called monkey brain, which is something like, I have to do this, I have to do that, and it sometimes we need to focus in on, especially times of struggle, we need to focus in on our thought. So I'm going to do something that's going to clear the mind, and then when the mind's cleared, we're going to work on this positive affirmation, and I'm going to have you visualize your picture, and I'm going to have you I'm going to repeat your positive affirmation, and we're going to do that a couple ways.
Okay.
So we're going to do that now.
Okay.
So here's the way we do breathing. We do 10 breaths. And we breathe in. Big breath in. We don't hold it. We do a circular breath out through our nose. And some people like to hold their chest. Chest breathing is good. So you can do anything you want. We haven't started yet. We're just practicing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to count down the breaths. So this breath is just to clear our mind. So when I say go, we're going to start our breathing. And I say go. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe out. Continue breathing normally. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have you picture the image that you drew in your mind. So right now, as you're breathing, I want you to picture yourself as you drew yourself, happy, smiling, beautiful, heart-centered. You're smiling, that's good. And in the same picture, I want you to visualize all the people you drew around you, loving you for who you are, just as you drew yourself. I want you to picture them loving you how you picture that. Maybe they have their arms open. Maybe they have smiles on their face. And breathe in and out with that picture. We're going to breathe 5 more times. I'm not going to count it, and after 5 more times, you will open your eyes. Okay, so we're gonna debrief and share a little, and then there's one more thing we're gonna do before we leave, and then we're gonna wrap up. So, how did you feel when you were you more relaxed when you were breathing than you were when you weren't breathing?
Yeah, I got so relaxed I almost wanted to fall asleep.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
That means you're relaxed. And just tell me, is this something you could pull on if you ever get a little bit further away from your positive thought? Like, is there something you could do in the future?
You mean breathe?
Breathe and visualize? Okay. All right. Any other thoughts on the exercise? Okay, just good. Good. Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to do something that's breathing again.
Okay.
I'm going to explain what we're going to do. We are going to breathe in that relaxed state, and I'm going to say your positive thought so you hear it from another person, and then I'm going to have you say it to yourself. Okay? So just different things. It's nice to, if anyone you knew told you this thought, you would appreciate it. And if you tell yourself this thought, you would equally appreciate it. So we're just going to do 5, and make yourself comfortable. We're going to do 5 breaths to clear the mind, and I'm going to count that. And then I'm going to say the affirmation more than once, so you hear it about 5 times. And then I'm going to ask you to repeat it 5 times.
Okay.
I'm going to open our eyes, okay?
All right.
So close your eyes. We're going to do 5 deep breaths and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Please continue breathing as you hear this thought. People love me for who I am. 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 Okay, now continue breathing. You're going to say that thought to yourself for 5 breaths, and then you are going to open your eyes. So say that thought 5 times to yourself. Okay. Do you want to? Sometimes it helps to touch yourself. If you, are you back in here now? Okay.
Well, you know. Oh, wow.
Well, tell me what's going on. When you say no, what's going on?
Oh, I'm just, I'm getting more and more sort of sleepy.
Oh, okay. Sometimes when you still, if you still need to talk during your day, not only now, you there's this thing called tapping. Ironically, it's to relieve anxiety, but if you ever need to just touch yourself after one of those things, just tap yourself. So yeah, it helps. Yeah, it helps bring you back. So tell me, you had some different reactions. Can you know? I think you smiled once, and did you like that? Did it feel good? Was there any resistance? Or?
Yeah, The only thing that was a resistance is, and this is kind of a personal story, but there's this guy that likes me right now, and he flashed in front of me, and I thought about how, I try to be something better than I am in his eyes because he has a crush on me, and it was sort of interesting because it just said, no, just he likes you for who you are,
Right.
Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of challenged me a little bit.
Well, that's good.
And and the other thought I had was that experience of having somebody like me was happening because I was feeling it for myself. Like it's not like artificial. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't he like me for who I am?
Right.
No question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Is there anything you want to add to anything we've done today before we wrap up? Any questions? Or we're going to actually, this will be our last session for some time, so we're going to do a completion in a minute. But anything about your drawing or anything about your visualizing or your affirmation or...
No, I just hope that it lasts.
Yeah. Well,
The
I mean...
good things that, come out of this exercise, I
Yeah.
would like for them to last.
And in my experience, as long as I go back to it, it does last because you are continually working on it. And as you can see from the past week, it's my teacher told me, she said, this is a lifetime process, but what else are you doing? And she said, not to say that whatever else you're doing isn't important, but from the time we're babies, we're working on ourselves always. And actually though, from personal experience, you do a thought long enough, it becomes second nature to you, and you believe it without having to do as much work. So
Okay.
yeah, so can you see yourself, would you be comfortable with the fact that you didn't even have to, this thought was so in your core that you just felt it? Would you like that?
I would.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So let's keep on keeping on with this. So let's go over from the past couple sessions what you can do in your time now if for some reason you feel you're struggling with this. Do you remember, do you have any ideas that you incorporated this week? Did you say it to yourself in the mirror? Did you just tell me what do you like the mirror work? Do you like the post-it work? Do you like the breathing? Do you like the visualizing? What can you see working in your life, after this is all over?
I think that what we did today would be really helpful. To assimilate it when you're relaxed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Meditating. Yeah.
Can you tell me about your practice? Are you comfortable with meditating?
Yeah, I meditate best after yoga. It's sort of like I have to do something really physical to relax and stop the monkey mind. But so I do that. I meditate. I can get into a meditative state very quickly now from doing yoga. And what I do is different people have different tricks, but my trick is to focus on the image on the inside of my eyeballs.
Oh, okay.
And then I get into a meditative state. But with you here, I've just, was really focused in on the breathing.
Right.
And not because that was kind of an active thing. But yes, when I go into the looking at the back of my eyelids, I can, run this line for myself.
Oh, that's good. I love the fact that already you have a practice, you get in, and then this is adding to it. I love that. And it's such a good student, yoga and all, you're way ahead of a lot of other people who don't do yoga. I know. So yoga, maybe this can work as an extension or it's all part of the same thing, really. Okay. So do you have any other questions about using anything we've used the past couple weeks or in your life, or anything you want to add before we close? Okay, So I would like to end with gratitude
Mhm.
and saying thank you so much for being here. I'm glad to be of service to you. I'm glad you have tools. I'm glad we did this work. My joy is bringing peace and happiness to others. So this is part of my life mission, and you seem to be happy with what we've done.
Mhm.
So I just want to thank you,
Mhm.
and we will continue
Okay.
later
Wow.
time.
Thank you for offering this to me, Patty. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.